Alright guys, it's Andrew with 1031 K9 Academy, and I'm here to address scent work, odor work, nose work is what it's actually called, nose work. So in this video you're going to see this dog do what a lot of dogs do and what a lot of people think is the way to do it, but it's flawed, and I'm going to point out why and how it's flawed. So you have the boxes in the background of the video. You got 4 of them. Now the question is, looking at these boxes just the way they are, can you tell me what this dog is looking for? What kind of scent or odor is he looking for? Is he looking for narcotics? Is he looking for explosives? Now, let's watch what the dog does. I'm going to let it play through, and then I'm going to address it. Notice how watch. See how he put his nose into the scent? What happens if that was anthrax? What happens if that was some kind of chemical agent that this dog could be exposed to? Not only can this dog be exposed to it, this dog, because it's now in his lungs, every time he breathes, he's projecting it into the environment for the handler to be infected by and the rest of the team. Situations like this, you never put your nose, your head, or your body into something that is not secure. That dog, how it's sitting right now, that's how it should be, to indicate it doesn't need to put any body part, especially its nose and head, into something that's not secure. This right here, as you see in the still frame, is how you want the dog to indicate. Now, if it was something that needed to be more detailed, more intimate, as far as fine, keen on, then you can use this as a indicate, and then you can use a second signal from the dog to let you know that it's deeper into this environment, deeper into this object. For instance, if it was a car, you don't want the dog to go into the car blindly, especially if it's a bomb where it can trip a tripwire, or it's a chemical reaction where it can contaminate the environment further. You want the dog to indicate it, and then you can use a laser and be like, okay, point to the tires. Is it coming from the tires? Is it coming from the gas tank? Things like that. The dog doesn't need to expose itself to more risk than it needs to, especially if you do not know what the dog is looking for. And a lot of people will be like, okay, well, my dog's trained for narcotics. Okay, what if your dog is stupidly trained for narcotics and explosives, and you want the dog to pick up on narcotics, but you don't realize that there could be, or that there are explosives in that vehicle, and that dog's trying to tell you, but you overlooking it because you want to have the biggest stress buzz. So, reality of the situation. And now, watch what happens. That right there. Why do people do that? Now, you're probably going to ask me, why am I asking that? But it's a legit question. Why are you throwing an object? What if that would have been an explosive? What if that is an explosive and it's pressure plated? You just threw your dog's whole body onto that without even securing it. Train as if your life depended on it. Train as if this was the real thing, that if you were actually doing this in the streets, that you are actually doing this against a threat, would you throw your ball towards that threat, on that threat, into that threat, and have your dog go after his reward and put himself and you and the rest of the team in danger? No. When your dog needs to be rewarded, bring it back to you to reward it. There's no reason the dog already located what you wanted him to locate. Bring him back, reward him. Don't put him in a situation like that. What if that bomb, if there was a bomb in there, was pressure plated? He just put all his weight on top of that. Play it through, get an idea. Would you have your dog stick its nose and its head into it, and then when you have it jump on top of the threat? No, you wouldn't. And replace the dog with you. Would you do it? Would you stick your nose and your head into an unsecure location? Everybody always talks about when they enter a structure to stay out of the fatal funnel. That's the dog's fatal funnel. Why are you putting a dog in it? Any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the comments below, and we'll try to answer them to the best of our ability as soon as possible.